Hey guys, Chris and Michael here from ThingsWeSayTV, doing a Mortal Kombat commentary on an allegedly stolen copy of Sony Vegas Pro 8. It's pretty old. I have no part in anything to do with it if it really is stolen.
I didn't do it.
He didn't do it either, so we'll find somebody to blame. Today we're going to do something on Mortal Kombat because we got told to do some more gaming stuff, which we were kind of waiting for the right time to branch out into it, and we figured, why not just go nuts with it anyway, because we're bored. And we got told to do some Modern Warfare 3 and Battlefield 3 comparisons, but everybody's doing that, and you can find news about it absolutely anywhere. So we figured, nah, we'll just do Mortal Kombat because Australians can't play it, but I managed to get a copy of it, so suck it, Miguel.
Yeah, so basically what's going on in the video at the moment is we're doing a tag challenge. Now, interestingly enough, I actually hate fighting games. They are by far the worst games in the world.
That Facebook group that just came out, pretty much, I press random buttons and hope for the best, that's him.
That's me. So, what Chris has decided to do, and Chris has always been like an avid player of fighting games and he's awesome at doing it. So, basically he's trying to train me to fight in fighting games, so I can hold my own in a match.
Pretty much the goal that we want to achieve at the end of this is pretty much the first part in a little mini series we're going to do with Mortal Kombat. We're just trying to see if we can actually get him to hold up his end of the bargain in an online match.
So what you're seeing here at the moment is me playing as Sub-Zero. That's my chosen character for this game. And Chris is playing as Katana, I think it is. So what I'm trying to do is learn basically all the moves of Sub-Zero and try and be an awesome Sub-Zero fighter. So I'm not in it at the moment. Chris tries to hog the gameplay a lot, and I don't blame him because I suck.
I give him a few chances. This was like the third match that we'd done that night, and I figured, you know what, I don't want to lose, so I'll call you in when I have to be fair, but you're not dominating the match and losing for me.
Yeah, so my moves pretty much consist of Sub-Zero's Ice Freeze, and his sword smash thing, which is triangle, triangle, triangle. I don't know what that's called, but yeah, Chris gets angry at me when I do the freezing of their feet thing, but I can't help it because I just button smash pretty much. I just mash anything and
his goal pretty much for the mini series is to learn how to play. My goal is to not get pissed off at him.
Yeah. So because Chris is really good at Mortal Kombat, we want you guys out there who are watching, particularly Australian viewers who may not have the game, if there's anything on it you want to see Chris do, because he's pretty awesome at it.
I'm pretty bored, so I'm accepting little challenges. I've been getting a few from people on Twitter and some of my YouTube people. Just been talking about, why don't you play this character and you can only do X amount of moves, you're stuck under these circumstances. Kind of like a challenge tower thing. So,
yeah, so Chris is going to do that, and I'm just going to try and learn how to play and not get smashed every single time. So this is actually an online match against some random dude who was a pretty dirty fighter with Liu Kang. Yeah, as you can see, he's smashing Chris there with his X-ray thing, but yeah.
Spoiler alert, I win.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Chris wins. But yeah, this guy's pretty dirty, just doing combo after combo, and he was giving me the shits and he kept smashing me with it, so that's pretty much why I let Chris take over the whole match and
you had no say in the matter.
I had no say.
Anyway, we're not going to be one of those commentaries that just go on about the game, because you can see right now, look, you don't need me to tell you, that guy's not going to be able to get up, but coincidentally will get up anyway because it's a video game after having knives in the head and the eyes. So basically what we wanted to talk about today was an issue that Michael brought up last night. Quiet carriages in trains.
Yeah, I've heard in the news recently that it's something that's happened in Queensland where they're trying to introduce these quiet carriages on trains, where if you sit in that carriage, you have to be quiet, you can't have your phone on, you can't have a loud conversation, you can't have your iPod turned up ridiculously loud so everyone can hear the music.
Pretty much like a little sleepy time carriage for people who are really tired from work, or they've just gotten up really early and need to go to work somewhere far away so they can catch like an hour's sleep.
The thing that gets me about this idea with the whole quiet carriages is, who the hell is going to care about a quiet carriage? Like, if I get on and there's a seat in that carriage and I'm with my mate and I want to have a conversation, what am I supposed to do? If that's the only seat there, I'm going to sit down. And I think they should rename these carriages, do you want to get stabbed carriages? Because if you're just a person who wants to sit down in your quiet carriage, you're just a regular person, you think, oh yeah, going to have a bit of peace and quiet in the carriage on the way home or on the way to work. You're sitting down, two schmucks like me and Chris come in and have a real loud conversation, our phones are going off, we're playing music, we're being idiots. You guys come up and shush us. Now, we wouldn't do this because we're not like this, but say, for example, it was, a bunch of lads or some idiots that carry knives, because everyone carries knives these days. You're going to shush them and they're going to go, you shush me, I'm going to stab you. So they really should rename the carriage, do you want to be stabbed carriage? Because it's just silly. Like, who the hell is going to observe quietness on that thing? And if those stupid train cops, because nobody likes train cops, if those stupid train cops come around and police silence, that's just ridiculous. It's a joke.
No one's going to pay attention to it. If a pregnant woman needs to go sit on a train, it's courtesy to give her your seat. If she happens to sit in one of the quiet carriages and needs to talk to her partner on the phone or needs to talk to someone who's with her assisting her because she's probably pretty far along and can't make the trip herself, you're not going to shush her. That's not right and that's not fair. So I think this is probably like the 5th stupid idea I've heard from the government this year, and I'm not going to make a video bashing the government, but seriously, pull your hair out your ass and start enforcing something useful.
Yeah,
like
education and health.
Yeah, they've run out of ideas, I reckon. I think the next thing we'll get is thou shalt not buy more than 3 packets of mayo at Macca's.
No, this carriage business, I think it's just ridiculous because no one is going to observe it and no one's really going to care at all about, if you want to have a snooze on the train or whatever. Who cares? What's quiet carriages? And then eventually everything will be a quiet carriage or everything will be a do you want to get stabbed carriage, because they pretty much already are do you want to get stabbed carriages.
Yeah, I get enough of that at libraries. I try to be quiet because I don't want to get stabbed. I don't want to have to worry about it on the train trip home from the library when I'm obviously speaking out a lot more than usual for relief.
So yeah, let us know what you guys think about the quiet carriage business, because we think it's a joke, as you can tell. And, particularly people that want to, that catch a train all the time. I've got a friend, I'll put a shout out, Daniel Conway, again, who he thinks the universe is out to get him, and I think it is. Every time he gets on a train, you get some weird, freaky person come up and either want to talk to him about religion or sit next to him and play with his laptop with him, or just be weird and come up and like tell his fortune or something like that. There's
I hate that.
Too many people like this on the train.
And you get people who sometimes I used to go to work in Hornsby as a bit of an extracurricular thing with my job, and I should just say they just wanted me in Hornsby, and I used to get on the train from Mount Druitt really, really early in the morning, and around, I think it was maybe 7:30 in the morning, it'd start getting really, really bright out and people would just be getting on the train to go God knows where. And one day I was sitting there, I was reading a book that a friend had lent me, and I was getting really into it, and a girl sat on the train next to me and started reading over my shoulder. I thought, oh, okay, whatever, I'm okay with that. But then it looked like she was trying to get a bit too close to reading it, like her eyes were too bad, so I'd suddenly lift the book a bit closer so she could sort of read it too, without acknowledging that you're reading my book. And then all of a sudden, she made a really quick descent and her head hit me on the shoulder. And she was out cold and I didn't know what to do about it. And normally you'd let it go, but this was really creepy. This girl was trying to read my book and listen to my music that I had going on in my ear, and then face plants on my shoulder. And the worst thing was when I had to get off, she still had to keep being on the train. And she kind of refused to move, so I couldn't get out. So you have that really awkward moment where you kind of jungle gym it out of the train, which isn't really very easy if you're trying to get out of a train early morning in Hornsby, trust me. People like this, I have to empathize with you, Conway. The universe is out to get people like us who love getting the train.
I don't think anyone loves getting the train, man.
No one loves getting the train, but we have no choice.
Well, I used to catch a train to uni every day, and I decided that enough was enough, and started to drive, which it's costing me a fortune in petrol, but it beats the hell out of catching the train. And the last straw for me was as Chris said, when you jump on the train early, all you want to do is just sit there. You don't want to deal with people. You know, everyone's really annoying in the morning. So I'm sitting on a train. I swear to you, there was about 3 people in the carriage. There was 3 seats that were taken and the rest were full. I jump on, I'm sitting, you know, up with my back against the wall and had a seat that was facing me, but the back of the seat was facing me. This family of Asian, but not being racist, but this family of Asian people, there was about 5 or 6 of them, jump on the train, walk up to where my seat is. I swear to you, every seat in the carriage was empty. What did they do? They flipped the seat that was in front of me over, and they all sat in front of me and next to me, while every single seat was empty. I was like, are these people joking or what? What's going on? And then they they continued to talk in their own language, and, you know, fair enough, but they continued to talk in their own language really loudly, and I'm just sitting there like, are these people for real? Like, what's going on? Why sit right in front of me, knee to knee with me, leaving me all cooped up, while there's 100 other empty seats in the whole train? So that was the last straw for me, and that's when I decided to drive. And now I'd rather put up with traffic jams than traffic jams on the train with people sitting right next to you and doing weird things.
And they always give you the impression that, you know, why didn't you move? Fucking, I was there first.
Why? And I couldn't have moved because I was so squished in so tight. It would have been like the biggest effort in the world to get out.
Which you really don't want to have to go through.
No, just to change seats. So, it's more like a lucky draw. It's like, well, I could stay here with the family of people who are knee to knee with me speaking in another language, or I could change seats and wait for the next weirdo to come sit next to me. So I kind of just, you know, cut my losses and stayed where I was because I figured that would be possibly better off than going somewhere else and sitting next to some crazy person that wants to preach to me about the universe ending.
Not a fan of that. Oh, doomsday scenarios.
Doomsday scenarios.
Should we talk about doomsday scenarios?
No.
I'm not sure, because I remember we kind of had a bit of an earful to say last time we got on the topic.
Well, we've put it this way. I really like the Facebook group. I've survived 5 end of the worlds now. So let's leave it like that. I don't know. There's a whole 2012 debate. People think it's going to happen. People think it's not going to happen.
Anyway, we're running out of time here. Who cares about the end of the world? You know, just
watch our video.
Watch our video.
Anyway, let us know what you think, guys. We'll post up another one of these soon. See ya.